Today on GoPro Tips and Tricks, we take a look at the aluminum handlebar mount from Techno Accessory. The aluminum handlebar mount from Techno Accessory is just that. It's an aluminum mount for your GoPro, which can be used to mount onto handlebars of bikes and things like that. The package comes with the aluminum roll bar or handlebar mount, which is right here, some foam that can be used to wrap around your handlebars to create friction and not damage them, as well as some spare bolts in case you lose the ones which are used to do up the aluminum handlebar mount. This mount has some pros and cons. First, it's not easy to mount and unmount. It requires an Allen key to undo the bolts on the bottom, but on the flip side, if you're a biker, you probably have one of those on hand most of the time. It has incredibly solid construction, but it does have a fair bit of weight. I was actually disappointed in how heavy this was. I was expecting it to be a lot lighter. The mount comes in at about 10 grams heavier than that of the GoPro handlebar mount. This may seem obvious that it's made out of metal compared to plastic. However, with aluminum's superior strength characteristics, I would have hoped they would have been able to shed some weight. With that said though, the aluminum handlebar mount looks cooler than the GoPro handlebar mount. It doesn't have those big knobs on the bottom of it, which makes it a lot lower profile. One other thing I really like about the aluminum handlebar mount is that they've positioned the GoPro mount in the correct orientation to get the camera facing forwards when it's mounted to the handlebars. As you can see, if we were to mount this onto a handlebars, so they would be going this way, and then place our GoPro on top, our GoPro would be facing directly forwards. In contrast, to achieve this same orientation using the handlebar mount, you either have to mount the handlebar mount on the stem of your bike, or you have to add a single extender bar, something which makes the mount larger, more unwieldy, and more prone to vibration. One thing that really disappointed me about this handlebar mount was how it seemed to be set up for only very large diameter handles. Now they included a lot of foam padding to be wrapped around the handle, but on all the bikes I tried it on, even including all of that foam padding, it did not create a very tight fit. So make sure you check the diameter of your handlebars and the diameter of this mount before you make a purchase. This definitely would not be secure enough to go biking with on the bikes that I tried it on. To use this GoPro mount, you will first mount it to your bike using the Allen keys. You will undo both of those, put it onto your bike with one of the foam inserts. You will use as many as necessary to make sure the fit is tight, and then you'll bring your camera and mount it on to the top. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. As you can see, there's no nut included with this aluminum handlebar mount. So you're gonna have to borrow one from one of your other GoPro mounts. You then place this on the side, bring the bolt, screw it through, line up that bolt and the nut, and then tighten it down. Now because there's nothing stopping the nut from spinning, you're going to have to get a wrench or a pair of pliers in order to do this mount up snugly. I think this illustrates perfectly the fact that this mount is not a quick, swappable, easy to mount GoPro accessory. It's something that's designed to be mounted for longer term use. I'm not quite sure who this mount is for. I'm having trouble because originally I thought this was going to be a very specific road biker mount and maybe a high-end mountain biker mount, but with the added weight of this mount over even something like the GoPro handlebar mount, I have to rethink that decision. No doubt though, this mount is cool and looks awesome, and it's something that adds way more personalization to your GoPro setup than the handlebar mount. It's a very specific use case mount, and it's definitely not something that's going to be that versatile. Thank you guys for watching. This was another GoPro tips and tricks video. If you've enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe, check out my channel for lots more videos, and like the video. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.